I've worked in the duct cleaning part of the building engineering services industry for 16 years. My last real job was IBM, and I'll try and condense the story for you. I moved out of London when my first child was born, looked after him for 6 months, realised I'd probably spent too much money and decided I didn't really want to go back to the London grind. So I opened a small sales for hire kind of company. So we consulted with various companies who didn't have Salesforce. We report on what they did, and if they wanted to use us, then that's what they did. So there was a company that had an arm to them that does duct cleaning, particularly kitchen extract cleaning, but mainly it was contract cleaning. So I analysed that. I said, it's not a brilliant model, we can do this, what else have you got? And he explained to me for the first time in my life a kitchen extract, and I went, what? And it said, it's this, it sits over the hot cooking equipment, it takes out all the grease and you have to get it cleaned. And I went, really? He said, yeah, it's legislation, it's TR19, it's insurance. So I said, they've really got to do this? I went, yeah. I said, well, okay, well, why don't we do that? So we did that. Pro-Duct Clean is very much focused on customer service. Our area of focus is South East, so I guess from the Wash down to Milton Keynes includes London. I would say 70% of our business is in London. We aim at the top 5% of companies, so you know, the Harrods, Harvey Nichols, Mandarin Orientals. And we also do an enormous amount with schools, universities, etc. I would say 80% of our turnover is what was the reason I set the company up is repeat business, which is the kitchen extract stuff, and we do an awful lot around air cleans, air duct cleans, etc., which are more periodic. There is no typical working day. If you look at the shape of the company, then we've got 10 vans. 5 of those vans will have been out overnight. Will have finished about 4 or 5 in the morning, be back and tucked up in bed by 7. Their feedback from their customers will come back to the office. The office in turn will interpret that, put it into a post-clean report and send it to the customer. Their job will then be to make sure that the next the next amount of jobs is lined up with the customers, make sure the customers from the previous night are all happy, and so it rolls. So that's the shape of it, but every office has got the same, you know, incoming stuff that, so there is no rhyme or reason particularly. You know, the best part of my job is being able to shape the company, make it elegant, make the processes much more elegant, and to deliver great customer service to our customers and maintain that repeat business. I visited lots of great places, and actually we do a diary of a ductwork cleaner, which is, because it's dull, let's face it, don't make any bones about it, you don't get invited to dinner parties because you're fascinating and talk about ductwork. So I do a diary of a ductwork cleaner which tells you some of the places you don't get to. So we've been in One Hyde Park when it was being built, and that's, I think they're £80 million flats. I've been in the King of Saudi's house, I've been on top of the Mandarin Oriental, I've been into the headquarters of the Masons, etc., etc. And Buckingham Palace, I was wandering around one day, so yeah. What surprises people mostly about our work that it's done at all. It's a very niche industry that really was, I hadn't heard of it in 38 years of life until I was told. So. I'm very proud of taking the company from nothing to I think 1.5 million turnover now, and that's been achieved really by high profile customers being maintained and repeat. And so yeah, we've done lots of projects, we've done big MOD ones, but places like the Berkeley Hotel, the Mandarin Oriental, etc. are long-term customers. I'm proud of that loyalty. To get into our industry at operative level, we operate a 3-tier induction course. So they'll come on, everybody will be trained to be on site. We then have a blue guy, a tier 1 operative level, which gets them more money, and then a tier 2, and that involves both internal training and external training on everything that will both make them safe, and in effect what we're looking to do is create ambassadors that can do 99% of the work in our van and in our name, and give them steps towards, you know, greater recognition, better career and better pay. In terms of my role qualification, I think it's my particular background was, I suppose, big business. I worked for some, you know, the IBMs of the world, digital before that, a computer centre. So I worked in big business previously, so it's kind of interesting to apply very slow big businesses principles to a very small, quick moving company. The benefits and advantages of being a BESA member is you're part of an affiliated setup, and actually over the last few years, much more than previously, I think BESA have got their act together in terms of the ductwork side of things, and they've advertised it well, they've done decent training, and we're getting somewhere now. I think my greatest achievement to date is the unity of the team that we've got here. Christine's been here 9 years tomorrow, and I suppose the long-term maintenance of our customer base. To increase diversity in the industry, I truly believe more people need to know about the industry. The advice I would give somebody taking an apprenticeship in this is to look beyond the non-glamour of a duct cleaning world and take pride in your job, and know that the company you choose will support you and give you a career.
Okay.